Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 231 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end.
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... You know who we be, baby.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Make sure you check it out after a nice football weekend. After a big-ass loss on my end on this fantasy thing, but we'll get to that. Other than that, BS. I don't want to hear about no lost money or anything like that because I know it's been hard on a bunch of people. Unless you have some good news, you can share that with people.
I do. I had a good money week.
Oh, nice.
The first 2 weeks, nice. I couldn't win a bet. When I was in New York, I placed all kinds of bets, probably 100, 150 bucks, parlays, over on like anything, bro. And I could not hit a goddamn thing on FanDuel. It was embarrassing, but this week I made up for it. So
nice. 10 racks.
Oh, nah, chump change, son. But for me, it's good. It's good. Something. And I'm in the positive this week. Let's put it that. I'm still probably down over the season, but I was in the positive this week, and it felt fucking good for once.
All right, that's good. I like that.
I think I'm up for the season.
Nice.
I had like maybe one good game the first week, and then last week I hit in every time slot.
Damn.
Not a ton of money or whatever. But
yeah.
Probably overall, I mean,
they add up.
Not too bad. I would say throughout so far this season, I may be around like $250, $300, but okay. I lost everything this weekend.
Oh, man.
I didn't lose all 300, but I lost everything.
Everything you
played.
Placed, yeah.
Yeah, which is probably like, I don't know, $75 or something that I lost.
They make it so
weekend.
Easy in those apps with the Apple
the
Pay.
Thing,
They're like, yo, you got Apple Pay?
Like,
just add some money real quick.
All these little small bets that have like these 23,000 plus odds, and you're like, I'll just throw $3 at that. No big deal. But you do those $3 like 5 times, and
they get their money back.
I still have money left over from last year or maybe 2 years ago. I've been working on like a rolling bank for the last like 2 or 3 years and whatnot.
Nice.
So I try not to. I don't
go wild with it.
Yeah, I don't want to redeposit any money in the FanDuel.
Yeah,
if I ever get
that's
through
the goal,
all this,
baby.
I might be done.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Nice. I think
Stay afloat.
I did like on each one of those apps. I only did like $20 to $30. Lost them, and I was like, "Yep, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm done." Yeah.
Yep. My gambling days are over.
Word.
Yeah. Smart man. You got to know when to walk away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kenny Rogers.
Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yep. Know when to run.
Knew that was coming. Oh, man. Yeah, we had some trailers drop on us. Like, this has been a wild couple of days, man. We got some
we saw some
coming
Penguin.
Up.
We saw some fucking Agatha, bro. We were spoiled.
That is good.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about
we better
all of that. So
we better.
Yeah, but before
I was looking through my Plex the other day because all the dates got all screwed out, and so I was just like trying to scroll through like the recent released movies or whatever. And there was one year, I want to say it was like 2018, that I kept going. Like it was like a chunk of movies that were all 2018, and I was just like, "There's no way this came out in 2018 too. This came out in 2018. This too." It was like I was like, "Yo, we were spoiled before the pandemic, man. Yeah. There was some fire ass movie, and most of those because I was traveling a lot at that time. I had the AMC club, so I was going to the theater all the time." And so I was seeing most of those movies in the theater, and I was just like, damn, yo, there was some actually really enjoyable movies just back to back to back. And it seems like we're finally starting to kind of creep back into that space, even though a lot of it is split between streaming and theater-based movies. But either way, I mean, and the shows are also really good too.
I'm loving the fact that people aren't completely shitting on Marvel right now. Like even with Agatha, like of course there's gonna be, because it's about witches and it's females and there's a gay character, and so there's gonna be a couple of folks that that are gonna be talking shit and pretty much just have never seen it. They're just on that train of talking shit. But after watching those 2 episodes, I was like, yo, I'm into this. Like, I think even
for sure.
Even my my boss, he hit me up, and normally he's pretty rough on like these shows. Like, he's pretty realistic. He knows he's just a dude that knows what he likes. And he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, did you watch that Agatha?" And I was like, I didn't know where he was gonna go with it. I was like, "Yeah, I'm into it." He was like, "It was actually like really good, wasn't it?" And I was like,
Nice.
"Yeah." So
all right, I see. Where this is going.
so I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But before we get into any of that, let's do some questions.
Homies, give me a celebrity that you originally hated, but eventually, I don't know, they maybe won you over, did some good work, but you became a fan, and you consider yourself a fan of them now, even though you originally were not fucking with them at all. Whack.
Me? Okay.
Looking at you, big boy.
For me, it was Justin Bieber.
Ooh. Really? You
Couldn't
fucking with Justin Bieber?
I couldn't stand Justin Bieber because he was like that kid music, and he was like all the rage for like these little teeny boppers. But as he got older, it was the same thing. Like, you kind of want to hate on him. Then he comes out with a song that's kind of a banger, bro. Like, and it just slaps to a point where he brought out enough songs that were pretty much bangers that I was like, yo, I fuck with his music. You're like, yo, I fuck with Justin Bieber.
Damn. You're a believer? Is that what they're called?
I guess so.
Good luck.
A believer.
Good looks.
As long as you don't fuck with Justin Bieber the way Diddy did.
Oh, too soon.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. My man's allegedly on Rikers, son. In lockdown.
He's worse. I forget what lockdown.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't Rikers.
Worse than
Rikers. Yeah, Rikers is like Gen Pop and shit.
That was gonna be mine too.
Stop it.
For real.
Y'all.
For almost a very similar. It wasn't like when he dropped an album though. It was when I saw he had like a Netflix documentary. Or a documentary that came out on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like I remember.
And it was all the rage. My nieces and stuff were going crazy for it. And I don't remember. I think it was like early on in the Netflix originals timeline. And so it was just like, oh, this is something to watch. And, hey, did you see that? And I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And I ended up watching it like one day that I stayed home from work. And I was like, yo, I fucking talented. Respect this dude, yo. This kid is actually mad talented.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And he didn't like he worked his way. I mean, obviously, how hard do you work as a, young child? But he did, like, from I
was gonna say pretty fucking hard,
like
I bet.
8 to like 11, he was fucking out there, like really hustling and grinding.
Yeah.
And anyways, that was when I first started to vibe with him, or at least respect. And then, like Wak said, he started dropping dope music, and I was like, yeah, I'll fuck with that. But mine is in a very, it's when I said, well, I'm not going to do Justin, I can't remember what excuse I gave myself for not doing that one.
I don't want to be called the believer.
No, it wasn't that, because the one that I went with is probably equal. It's an equal story, and it's probably right in line with what Wak said, and it's maybe get more hate. It's Miley Cyrus.
Ooh.
I hated her so much, not only because of the
rightfully so,
young kid, and the Party in the USA songs, and you got
It's the Robin
Kitty
Thicke
Bopper
thing for me. That whole like VMAs when she was like twerking on him and she looked like fucking chicken and shit.
The whole Wrecking Ball Robin
Creepy.
Thicke thing, I was like, she looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't really fuck with her. And then I can't remember if that was on the same album or if it was a different album that came right after that. But it was the album was Bangers. And she started like, you could just tell that this was her bad girl phase, right? And she was chilling with more urban folks. And I don't remember what reason I decided to one day, or it might have been like, I think I was listening to Pandora still at that time. It might have been one day I heard one song on the radio and I was like, oh, let me play that song on Pandora. And then it just started playing more songs, or maybe it was like early Spotify days, whatever it was. I heard the one song and I caught this vibe off of it. I don't know. It was, the song was, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one that's like, it's our party, we could do what we want. It's our party, we could say what we want, whatever.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And when I started, like it was playing in the background on the radio, and I heard like the lyrics, and I started paying more attention to it, and I'm like, all right, one, there's some urban person that's writing these bars for her.
Sure.
The music is mad urban, like the beats and the track and the production. And I started thinking, I was like, yo, honestly, if it wasn't Miley Cyrus singing this song, like if it was anybody else, this shit would be fire. Like people would be banging this. Like it was like the bars were on it were actually pretty good. And I was like, yo, I kind of fuck with this. And so I ended up listening to the rest of the album. And I was like, yo, this shit is actually kind of dope. Like I can't tell too many people, but I'm like banging the Miley Cyrus album. And then ever since then, like she always drops some fire. Like even when she like switched off of the hip hop shit and she went to kind of like a little bit more soft poppy shit, she had like songs that hit. Like they're good hits. And then she got off of being, you know, the bad girl,
Hannah
doing
Montana
stupid
vibes
shit.
and shit.
Well, she was
past the Hannah Montana
too for that.
What was that?
She gets criticized too for that now, and like the fact that she switched to the more urban stuff, and then, you know, and then got popular, and then went back, you know, off of that shit.
And I'm sure it's a, you know, a following the trends thing.
Sure.
And then she went to I think her latest thing is kind of country-ish.
Yeah,
but, she's from like Tennessee or some shit.
All her songs, like she always drops like top 10, top 5 songs, and they're dope. Like even the most recent hit I think she had was the Flowers song. I fuck with it.
No,
like, it's
that's a banger, son.
It's a banger, right? And it's like, okay, she did it again.
She's
like,
currently
she fucking
being
did it
sued
again.
by Bruno Mars for that, by the way. Because she totally ripped off his song. That was his song.
Was it?
Yeah, she just switched.
Think what
a couple. What was which one was it with the fuck? I'm trying to remember how it goes, but it was like damn near a word for word, bar for bar.
I think there was a. Yeah, but his song was slow, right?
His song was slow, but the words, yeah, and her song was to Liam Hemsworth or whatever. But it was literally the lyrics to Bruno Mars. Like everyone knew that, but she never got permission to pretty much rewrite that, you know. And her, what is it? He can buy me some flowers and shit, and yeah, it's all the same.
Flowers.
Yeah, I could buy myself flowers. It was pretty much like as if it was a response to Bruno Mars's song to the same rhythm and everything. I mean, it's years later, but he did. I just saw that that they're suing her for that.
The response to When I Was Your Man.
Yes. So
I'm going to have to listen to it.
I mean, if it's a response.
I mean, it's not a response to him. It's not like they were a couple.
No, I know it's not a response to him, but I mean, it's a response to the song.
But isn't there like an intellectual property that you would have to?
I don't know. So, all right. So his song was, I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party because all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's with another man.
Yeah.
And hers is, I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. I could hold my own hand. I could love me better than you can. I mean really the only thing there is I can buy myself flowers,
and the fact that it was the same rhythm. I can buy myself flowers. It's the whole rhythm. Everything.
Oh, he know the song now. He didn't know it before, but it came back to him. He belting that shit out now.
I didn't know the lyrics. I didn't know the lyrics. but the rhythm is exactly the same. It's just his is just slower, and hers is more upbeat. But anyway,
I'll have to go back to listen to his.
I need to listen. I need to listen to his. I can't hear it.
I just remember it being really slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there'll be some settlement there.
We'll figure it out in court. Let's let the courts decide.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they fucked
Dave,
up a couple times recently.
Meanwhile, Dave, who you fucking with?
I had an actor. I picked an actor out, but since you guys were doing music, I'm just gonna throw one out there. Justin Timberlake.
I always
fuck that. Yeah, Timberlake always been my dude.
He was not always my dude, especially like NSYNC and Backstreet, but like those days, that was not my dude at all. He was a bitch. They were all bitches. They were pussies, blah, blah, blah. And then, he started, he was just getting older, getting more urban. Same as Miley Cyrus, same as Justin Bieber.
Once he dropped that first solo album, no, matter of fact, I started fucking with NSYNC. When they did Girlfriend with Nelly.
Girlfriend, yeah.
And there's another Gone.
Gone.
Because it had like R&B vibes, and I fucked with R&B heavy. And then when he dropped his solo album and it was produced by fucking Timbaland and fucking Neptunes, I was all in on Justin Timberlake shit.
Now, when I saw him for the first time on SNL, and he was funny as a motherfucker too. Yo, my dude. But my original actual answer was Channing Tatum.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Because he started off just like your sort of average pretty boy in movies. I forget what he was like, Honey with Jessica Alba, maybe Step Up.
I don't know. Was he in Honey? I remember it was in Step Up.
Not somebody that looked like him in Honey, just like that generic, pretty boy vibe.
Step Up was the dancing shit, so it was all. Same type shit.
Still urban. He was like an urban dancer and shit. Yeah. And it's just it was all whack as fuck, dude. And like for the most part, that carried a Magic Mike and shit. And it was just like, oh fuck this dude. And then like once he was funny in 21 Jump Street, I was like, oh shit, this dude, he's been holding back on us, bro. And then like he does little cameos in movies, sometimes with Ryan Reynolds. I forget what he was in. He was like in a gimp suit and something. I don't remember what it was, dude.
This is the end.
Well, this is the end, bro. And he's just, I don't know, he's just he seems like a chill, down to earth dude. Like I was.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I was harsh. I was harsh to judge him as I did, but that's how we grow. That's how we learn.
And fucking what's his name? And Ryan Reynolds actually was just like, yo, like I just love Channing Tatum. Like it's hard to not root for the guy. I wanted to give him this moment. Now that we got him this moment, I knew he would kill it. He fucking did. He deserves his own movie and all this shit. So he's still there. I'm looking forward to watch Blink Twice. That's his latest movie. I actually want to check it out where he plays like it looks like it's almost like a horror or at least suspense thriller type shit.
I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with it too. Oh shit, it's directed by Zoe Kravitz, which is now his wife. Written and directed by Zoe Kravitz.
Dope. Yeah. She's so dope.
Oh no, they're dating. I don't know if that's his wife, but
still good for him.
Word. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah. No, I fuck with Channing.
That's what's up. That's
that
what's up.
works.
All good answers. All right, second question. Is there a habit that you guys have that others may consider a little weird? I found this question online, and I figured it would be best to reach out to a third party to assess my weird habits. And I was given 2 habits. One was my eating habits. I have very peculiar eating habits, I'm told, such as that I don't eat breakfast or lunch. I really only eat dinner.
That is strange. Yeah.
It's a pretty big dinner, so like I'm not, missing calories or anything. It's almost like my own intermittent fasting that I started since this started in like high school, because like you would wake up mad early for school. Sometimes I will,
Sometimes.
like days that I work out or I get any sort of activity going, I might have something small, but it's always like fruit, crackers, pretzels, something that's not going to fill me up. I go into my car and I watch YouTube for an hour and I vape like a motherfucker.
What did you do when you were at the store?
I would go to the couches. I would sit somewhere like in the mall, like, just the random like near Von Mauer, and I'd just be on my phone, or homie would come by and kick it with me over at Von Mauer.
Yeah, that's true.
Not really. I didn't like Starbucks, and there wasn't a Dunkin' in that mall, so I'd have, I'd get like a drink from work.
Drink?
Yeah, Mountain Dew or something.
Okay.
That was when I would drink soda when I was working at the spot. So yeah,
That's interesting. Okay. That is kind of weird.
It works for me. Like I don't have an appetite when I wake up regardless. So breakfast isn't really a problem. It's, if I do get hungry, like I said, small snack, but I'll go out to lunch with people sometime. Or like when I was in New York, I went somewhere and we were, all hanging out, and it was like noon, and they're like, hey, we got a pot of chili over here. You want some chili? And it was fucking noon. And I'm like, nah. It's noon on the East Coast. So it's 9 a.m. in my body, because like my body is on West Coast time. I never adjusted to East Coast time. So I was like,
yeah, but you wouldn't eat at noon anyway.
No, exactly. That's what I was like. Exactly. So unless I'm drinking, like if I'm somewhere like all day drinking, like I go out on like a boat or something and I just, get a little buzz, I might start snacking on something. But yeah, I just can't have a full meal. And sometimes I have a hard time fathoming how people can eat 3 meals a day and not weigh fucking 500 pounds. They just must, be smart about it. Whereas if I were to eat a breakfast, it would probably be 1,000 calorie breakfast, 1,000 calorie lunch, and 1,000 calorie dinner, and I'd have to roll me everywhere.
You would probably just not eat as much at dinner.
See, I don't like that though. I feel like dinner's my main meal, bro. Like that's where I gotta go in. I gotta go hard, son.
Yeah, and I did notice that when we would take the trip up to Johnny's house. Like I'd be like, "Yo, let's stop real quick."
Yeah, y'all would be crushing food all day. Like we're at
grab some
Comic-Con,
snacks,
you're getting
just
hot
for the
dogs
ride
and shit.
And on the ride, I'm like eating my snacks, and this motherfucker he would grab like a bag of chips, and that bag of chips would just stay in the mid console, like nothing.
I keep crushing beers though. I'm still drinking.
You ain't about to eat nothing, dog. You're like, nah, I don't really fuck with it.
Yeah. If I'm hungry, I'll eat.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That it wasn't a weird thing. It was just like, oh, my mans just don't eat like that.
Aside from my weird
I can't
eating
fathom
habits,
that. Like just not eating until dinner. Oh my god, bro! Like Danny recently went on like a 2-week water fast.
Jesus, that sounds dangerous.
It was like 2 to 3 weeks. He said he researched it and shit, and as long as you have the body fat, like you could do it. And he went as long as he could, and he did that. And I give it to him. He did it. He did that shit. I hear of 72-hour fucking water fat
cleanses and shit.
I can't even fucking fathom. Like I try not to eat breakfast. I try to just skip out on like breakfast and wait till lunch to eat. And I'd be so fucking hungry by that time, bro.
I get it. That's why I'm weird. Johnny, you eat breakfast?
Not usually.
Lunch though?
Lunch though, yeah.
What do you have for lunch? Like a sandwich or what?
Yeah, like a sandwich, Chef Boyardee, something small, like usually nothing too crazy, unless I'm find myself alone, like my wife is out of town or something, and then I'll like splurge and I'll order seamless something, probably Chinese food or some shit like that. But that usually ends up being, because by the time I realize, especially those days where I'm by myself, by the time I realize I'm hungry, it's usually maybe like 2 o'clock, 2:30. I'm like, fuck, I gotta order some food. Yo, I'm fucking hungry. There's nothing I can make here. And then, you know, it's like 30, 40 minutes before the food gets there. So by the time I eat, it's like 3:30. No, I'm definitely still hungry. But then that ends up being kind of like a dinner, if that's a thing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like I won't really eat dinner. I'll have, maybe I'll poke back at it around like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. But for the most part, I'll just be, that'll carry me through the rest of the day.
You see, that's why, like, for me, it's easier to pack on muscle when I'm working out and I'm eating correctly, because I have no problem eating every 3 to 4 hours like they say you're supposed to do, because it's a metabolism thing. Right. Now, I don't know if that's true, you know, but supposedly, you know, you eating every 3 to 4 hours helps keep the metabolism going. Right. Because your body doesn't go into starvation mode, because it doesn't know like when it's gonna, you know what I mean? So it sheds fat knowing that you're about to eat it, you're about to eat soon, or some shit like that. That's what they explained to me. But since I made sure to do that, even when I stopped eating on a diet, I used to do meal, snack every 4 hours or whatever. Even when I stopped that shit, I was hungry religiously every 4 hours, bro. And yeah, and then I was eating bullshit every 4 hours. So I packed on, I can pack on weight, but in the same thing, when I'm eating correctly, I can pack on weight, because I have no problem eating every 3 to 4 fucking hours. And it can be, each one of those can be a healthy meal of just like vegetables, protein, a little bit of rice. I can literally eat that shit every 4 hours and I'm good. And that's the problem with skinny motherfuckers who start to work out and like want to put on muscle. They say you got to eat, and they're like, I can't. And it's like, you have to force that shit.
I've been there.
Calorie intake, bro.
Definitely been there.
That's why people look at me and they're like, yo, you look catabolic. It's like, I mean, nah, it's just lifting and I eat like I'm normally do. I'm eating a lot of food. Yeah. Anyway.
I had to ask wifey what she thought I did that was weird. And she gave me a couple. She did not hesitate. It didn't take that long for her to respond.
They were loaded, bro. You got that back almost immediately. She's like, finally, I'm about to lay into the motherfucker.
I was afraid. To ask my girl.
Can't do it.
So the first one, I said in the pre-show, so I used the, she calls it the goggles.
Got your goggles on.
My Vision Pro headset. A good 6 to 8 hours every day. Pretty much the entire workday, especially most recently, since they gave us Connect access that you didn't VPN.
Previously have.
So now I could get my email, my calendar. I could pretty much do my whole job inside of there now. So I do, and I guess that's weird. I wouldn't call that a habit, though.
Yeah.
The two that she did say that I will embarrassing on one, but it's just true, that I go weeks without washing my hair.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Is that why it always looks kind of tousled and oily?
Yeah. Just because
nice.
It just
That's how I always wondered if you used product in it. That's what I got to start doing?
Yeah, just don't wash it.
All right. So you be in the shower just like avoiding getting your shit wet, or you wear like a shower cap?
I wet it.
Oh, okay. You just don't shampoo or condition it.
I don't shampoo or condition it all the time. I do that every maybe 3 weeks or so.
Damn,
usually I wait until she tells me it's starting to stink. Because see, the thing is that I'm lucky. I don't really sweat that much.
Yeah.
And so it takes a while for stink to build up on me.
Okay, that's good.
I think we talked before about how I don't shower every day anymore just because of the same reason. Like,
yeah, and you're just sitting
especially
around
because of
working
the
and
kids.
shit. Yeah,
It's just
You're gonna get
I used to
barfed on
wake
or
up and
pissed
shower
on.
in the morning. Now I wake up and take care of babies for the longest time, and then by the time I'm done watching the kids because the help is here, it's time to work, and then I'm just working through the rest of the day. And when I'm done working, it's time to take care of the kids again. So it's like, when am I going to shower? I could shower at night, but I'm usually tired and high. And
like,
always
where am I
staying
going
up
to
way
the
too
Met
late.
Gala? What the
And
fuck
then,
do I need
what
to
the
shower
fuck am I
for?
going to see? But yeah, that's my hair thing bothers her a lot. She thinks that's weird, especially because I have long hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's pretty gross and nasty. But the other one that she said that I didn't even think about and apparently bothers her. Well, maybe not bothers, but she finds it weird. That my book bag is so organized, which it is. It's meticulously organized. There's a pocket for everything. But my office is clearly not.
Yeah, that is weird. Right. Yeah, no, we see the blurred, messy
blurred
background
mess
every
back
week.
here.
Yeah, for sure. That is a good call. Is there a reason for that? Or were you like that in school? You weren't one of those dudes that just at the end of the day just shoved his fucking papers raw in his backpack and went home? Oh, that's
I did
wild,
that in my
dog.
locker. Yeah. In my locker, I would just stuff shit and just leave shit in there. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with like school. I don't know where I picked up that. I would say I picked that up as an adult, but it's when I got like better backpacks that I was using, and it was like I would constantly go in there to grab something. It's like, fuck, where is this? And then I'm rummaging around the backpack, and that started to annoy me. So I was like, no, I started looking at better backpacks and more organized backpacks, and then as I would get one, I would,
Made sure you know where everything
You
was.
utilize that
this
shit.
pocket I could put this in there, and this pocket I could put that, and then once everything's organized, that's where it goes, and it doesn't go anywhere else because I can always go right back to it.
Yeah.
And find what I need right there. So, I mean, I'm the same way with other stuff. Like pretty much everything in my life, I know where it is because of where I last put it.
Yeah.
And it has, it has its space. It has a slot for it. The only time I lose things is when, I leave something around and they're doing some kind of random cleanup or quick cleanup, and they're just grabbing everything out and putting things away. It's like, where the fuck did you put it? I don't know. I was just cleaning.
Know.
Like,
I hate that.
no,
I hate that
gotta search
answer
it
so
out.
fucking much.
Yeah.
I don't
even know what you're talking
What the fuck
about.
don't you
I
know?
gotta, like, describe it exactly what it is to the T. Like, no, that doesn't sound familiar. And then I find her like, oh, yeah, that must have been when I was just cleaning that area of the room. It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm clearly a pig in my office and everything else.
Okay.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah,
Mark, what you got, dog?
I didn't get anything from my significant other because I was too chicken shit to ask that question.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I know of a couple of things, even listening to you guys talk and, doing some research. For sure, I am, my girl finds it weird how wet my clothes are when she goes to do my laundry. And it's because I work out every fucking day in the morning, and I come home, I take my fucking, sweat.
It peels off. You
I
peel
go
that
to
shit
the
off.
gym and I actually sweat.
right.
I go
God
hard
forbid.
for 45 minutes to 1 hour to the point where I'm drenched in sweat. And then she goes to wash my clothes. She's like, why are your clothes wet? It's like, because I sweat at the fucking gym. So I have to take a shower every day because as soon as sometimes if I'm working from the studio, then I will get a little bit more sleep, go work out, and then go straight to the studio to work, and I'll skip the shower. But even then, by the time I get home, I'm like, I got to take a shower. I fucking feel nasty, dirty, like sticky. Like it's like I sweat a lot when I work out. So she finds that weird.
She's like, I always do your laundry and it's damn. Should you be doing your laundry, son? That's what's up.
She does, yeah.
Oh,
she does my laundry. So she's always just like, why the fuck is it so wet?
Yeah. Like, just wash your hands, girl. Just wash them hands.
I was just like, yo, I'm sorry that I go to the gym and I sweat and I do what I'm supposed to do and I go hard while I'm there. I tell people all the time, I think I've said it on here too. Like, I look at people and I go, listen, I know it doesn't look like it, but I work out. I've been working out religiously like almost every day for 10 years. Like, it's a thing. Started when Alani was born, and she's 11. So
at least 11 years. Should be an Olympian by now, dog.
Right? But anyway, one that I know would probably be weird if I actually told anyone.
Oh, here we go.
It's not that crazy of a thing, but I definitely am a person when I go to bed at night, I need the door closed and I need the closet closed too.
Yeah, no, that's right. When I was a kid, I liked my door open. Something about having my door closed when I was a kid freaked me out. And I don't know what it was, but I hit a certain age and then the door needed to be closed. The lights, it needed to be fucking pitch black in my room. Like, I went from like, being a kid and being like, oh, I need a nightlight. I don't know if I got to go to the bathroom or something, to like, I need to live in the darkest dungeon that I could find and sleep.
I was the opposite, bro. I needed the light on. Papo, bless his heart. We had to share a room when we were younger.
Oh, I would have been
get
heated,
mad. He'd get mad at me because I needed the light on. Cause
like, what you scared of, son? I'm right here. Quit playing.
And I needed the fucking, and if the closet, I think at the time my closet didn't have a door. It was just like a, doorless closet, and it was just always open. So I think
somebody could be in there like a motherfucker just waiting to pop out.
That was the catalyst. That was the catalyst for me wanting to have the fucking light on. So but even to this day, I need the light off. Like, I even sleep with a fucking a sleep mask.
Yeah,
I just started doing that recently because I need it like pitch black. And if I'm sometimes my kids want me to sleep with them, and I'm not gonna be switching over or anything like that. And I'll lay with them in their bed, and they have like neon lights and night lights, and
it's like you're in a fucking
and
nightclub.
Shit like that. So yeah, I need a mask on. I'll throw the fucking mask on. Like, whatever, you could do whatever the fuck you want. I have my mask.
Right.
So now is like that. But if the closet door is open, or the actual like door is open, it would fuck with me a little bit. I just have to like ignore it. You know what I mean? It still does, especially the like the main door, but I kind of had to get used to that when sleeping with the kids in the next room and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, it would fuck with me, but I gotta suck it up because I gotta be able to hear a crying child in the next room.
Or a barfing child.
Barfing, anything. Like, if the kid wakes
any
up,
noises, any suspect noises.
Well, if our kid wakes up in the middle of the night and wants to come into the room or some shit, they could just walk right into the room rather than trying to open the door and, whatever.
I used to pop up. I would pop up in the middle of the night, have a scary dream or be afraid of something. And then I would go to my parents' room and like, I would either do one of two things. I would either like stand in the doorway and start calling their name and like scare the fuck out of them because like they're sleeping and someone's see a shadowy figure in the doorway calling your name in the middle of the night, scare the fuck out of them. Or I'd go up to my mom and like get right in her face and be like, Mom, I'm scared. Can I sleep in your bed? She'd be like, whatever, just shut. Like, sometimes she would say no, and I would just sleep on the floor. Like, I would lay on the floor next to their bed because I was so shook that something was about to come get me. But I'll scare the fuck out them.
And I think I have one more that's probably just annoying. Okay. It's not really weird. It's probably more annoying to the people around me. But when I go to the gym, I also have to, for whatever reason, if I hear a song that I know, I like have to
sing out loud.
Sing out loud. I know it sucks.
At the
Sucks for
gym?
them. Sucks for them. Yeah.
You
Oh my
are
God.
singing out loud at
Like,
the
what you be
gym.
singing?
Not even singing. It'd just be like every certain words or some shit. But at the
Do you
same
have an
time,
inner monologue, dog?
And wait a minute. And it's music that only you're hearing.
yes.
I see crazy people walk down the street with shopping carts singing music all the time, son. It's scary as a bitch.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, down the street. But at the gym, everybody's supposed to be having their own headphones on. I am cognizant of people who do not have headphones on, and then I'm not like singing out loud to where it's just like
He's like
full
belting that
fucking
shit out.
volume. It's not like
I
that.
can buy
But I'm like,
myself
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll probably sing it. I'll try to. What I'm imagining is low to me, but probably not. But if I notice someone doesn't have headphones on, then I'll just at least tell myself like, nah, don't do it like that. But you know what I mean. But yeah, they're probably like, oh, this motherfucker.
Mr. Singing's back. This fucking asshole.
Yeah, hey,
You got
bro,
a nickname, dog.
You know what?
Mr.
why
Damp Shirt.
You're
Mr.
supposed
Sing
to.
Song.
You're supposed to
Mr.
bring
Sing
your
Song.
fucking headphones to the gym. I'm sorry that you fucking forgot your shit because that.
Yo, when I run, this might be weird. When I run or work out, I'm raw dogging it. No AirPods, no music, just
Wild.
breathing and thinking.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You are crazy for that.
I know. Sometimes I have songs
that
in
is
my head that
psycho.
I play. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Just thinking.
I'm a weird dude. Just think. You ever just like reflect on your life or your day or the day ahead of
all the
you? And,
time.
yeah. So what's wrong with doing that when you're going
Not
for
when
a
running.
run? Why not? What the
When
fuck
I'm
else?
running.
I don't think about
Motherfucker-
how much running fucking sucks and I want to die. Nah, bro. I got to think about good stuff. Reflect.
Motherfucker
Use that
meditates
time
while
for
running.
sucks.
He meditates while running.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
While I'm fasting.
Yeah.
All right.
And fasting. Oh,
Regular
All I
Buddha
would be
over
thinking
here.
about is how
Is
fucking
eating?
hungry I am right now.
I know. Sometimes when I run, I
know.
think about Banchan. I like, this is why I'm doing this, so that I can get Banchan. So yeah, you're not wrong. Banchan or Wingstop, one of those two.
yeah.
All
Well,
about that.
since you're hungry, we might as well go into the third question.
Oh, all right, fellas. I need your Mount Rushmore of snacks that you fucked with in the 80s/90s. And I did preface this by saying it doesn't necessarily mean an only 80s or 90s snacks. The
still around, it
Gushers.
still
If you fucked with Gushers and they're still out, it's cool, baby. Whatever you got down with.
Yeah. I will go first. One, I know that I don't know if it's on Dave's, but we
about to be.
match on
It's
this
about to be
every
Yeah,
time.
I know what
but
you're about
yeah,
to say, son.
Keebler Pizzeria.
Keebler Pizzerias, dog.
Yes.
That was number one.
That was my shit. That was my shit. Number 2 for me was Ninja Turtle cream pies.
Ooh, I do with the green filling, right?
Yes. Oh, those I loved them. I remember
sir.
it with a green filling, but apparently it was a green crust, and it was just
really?
vanilla
I thought
filling.
it was a green custard.
That's what I remember too, but apparently it's one of those
Mandela effect.
Mandela effects. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I remember the green filling. 3, Mickey's Parade Ice Pops.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
Sounds
those?
familiar.
They were just like cherry, orange, grape.
Yes, and they were
right?
shaped like Mickey Mouse,
Mickey Mouse.
Donald
Yeah.
Duck, and those were nostalgic for me. Those are great. And then the fourth one, simple, but they were my shit. Now and Laters.
Ooh, yes.
Now and
I
Laters
do
with the
remember
wrapper
those.
and just fucking up your teeth with that stickiness.
Yep.
Yeah. So I do have some honorable mentions, but I'll let you guys get your lists off first.
All right. Johnny, you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go.
All right. So obviously the pizzerias, that was the first thing that fucking
So good.
came to mind. The other thing that I vividly remember that I have not seen in a very, very long time, if you guys remember Suddenly S'mores, They were like cookie bars, like s'mores cookie bars that came. I don't know if like Nabisco or whoever made them, but like you could put them in the microwave and get the marshmallow a little like gooey. Yes. I feel like we used to put them in the toaster back in the day. That was one of my go-tos for sure. And then if you guys, do you remember the fruit snack string thing?
String things, I do remember.
String things, bro. It came on like the flat plastic like paper. And it was like, it looked like a little maze of fruit snack, and you would like peel it off. They came in the weirdest little packs. They weren't good for fitting in lunch boxes. But oh my God, I don't think they make it anymore.
Nah, they don't.
But if they did, oh fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
I would run a train on those.
Those are great.
And then the other, it was another fruit snack. It was I forget the name of them, but they were sharks, and it was different fruit flavored
Shark bites.
fruits.
Yeah,
shark bites,
yes.
And it had the white shark bite that just hit different, bro. I don't know what it was, what they put into it, but that was the child equivalent of crack cocaine, because them shits was bussin'. Shark bites, dog. They don't make those anymore, do they? Can I get a thing of shark? Nah. Son.
Shark bites are one that we wish would come back. But yeah, that one white one would always hit different.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I know. It sucks getting nostalgic because like Ninja Turtle cream pies, there are people out there that for some reason save them shits and you can buy it, but you do not want to eat that.
There was a show on the History Channel a couple of years back of dudes that would go on eBay and go to auctions, and they would buy these bags of chips or cans of beans from like the 60s, and they would fucking eat this shit, bro. And it was the gnarliest shit, dude. Like the balls on these dudes. Fuck.
What's his name? The dude who from TikTok who passed away.
Waffler. Yes, Waffler 69.
Yes, he used to do that shit. I remember he opened up a box of Batman cereal from 1989, and he started fucking that shit up. Yeah,
from 89, dog.
Yeah, but he was notorious for.
I hope he died of something.
And we wonder why he's no longer with us. Nah, he actually had a heart condition. Okay. R.I.P. dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit didn't help for sure.
No,
my man's
he would eat
30-year-old snacks.
Shit, and it'd be like snacks like that. It would just be a lot of like gross shit, like fucking random.
He always looked
shit
sweaty too.
Yeah, it's just and his whole thing was he was like, it's honestly not that bad, bro. He just would gag like the second that like that was like his whole allure. He was like this nice guy, but he would gag like instantly. He's like, I don't know why I'm gagging so hard because it's really not that bad.
That's funny.
I miss him.
Yeah, I miss his content.
Johnny.
All right.
Johnny.
So my first one was actually shark bites.
Nice. Okay.
We don't really need to rehash that, but yes, the special white shark hit. It was the one.
They never released an all white shark bites edition, like
done
all crunch berries and shit. Yeah. Word.
Yeah, I don't know. The second one is I don't know if you remember Butterfinger BBs.
Oh, yes, that almost made my list.
Do I?
Butterfinger BBs were the shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Really fucked with those. I don't know if they ever came back, but I know they went out.
They brought bites back at some point, like little square bites,
those
but
are the
it
square
didn't
ones, but
it didn't hit like the BBs.
The BBs were, they had Bart on the cover.
Yeah, he was hawking them. Yep.
For sure.
Nah, Butterfinger BBs were special.
Yeah. And I'm a big Butterfinger fan, which actually kind of leads to my next one, which not Butterfinger, but related, probably is why I love Butterfingers. Chico sticks.
Ooh,
I do
Chico
fuck with
sticks.
Chico sticks, that was a corner
love
store
Chico
staple
sticks,
for me.
yes.
Loved that shit so much. It was always had to get Chico sticks.
Yeah.
I
Had
feel
to
like
get now and later's.
when I was a kid, I thought
So
Chico
good.
sticks were like chicken flavored. Like I think that's why I never fucked with them. I was like, chicken stick, Chico stick. Ugh, I don't want that gross
It's
shit.
basically a Butterfinger without the chocolate wrapped around. It's just the inside part of the Butterfinger.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I mean, does it still get stuck in your
And
teeth,
I
like
think it
compacted
has
in your
it
teeth
has
that
a-
same way?
Sure.
It
Yeah,
does,
same way.
absolutely. And it has a candy coated, I think it's coconut flakes on the outside. Very light,
I'm not a big- I'm not a
light
big
dusting of coconut flakes, but
Everything
Yeah.
about this, he's just like,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm
no,
not
no,
into the
no,
shark
no.
bites. Yeah, I'm fucking BBs. Absolutely, I got you, but I can't get down on the Chico stick.
I love
man.
Chico sticks. And then my last one would be specifically Wise onion rings.
Oh, really? The bootleg ass Funyuns?
yo, those are
yes.
those are slap.
Nah,
those
I mean,
slap.
I would go
They're-
Funyuns.
It was, they're totally different.
Yeah,
They
had-
are.
Totally
they had
different
a
flavor,
completely
totally different
flavor, yeah.
texture.
different texture. Yeah.
Different profile, everything.
Yeah.
But again, corner store usually had the Wise, not the Funyuns.
Yeah, my man couldn't
That's what we
spring
went
for
with.
Funyuns.
They were-
Times
they
was
were
tough,
bomb,
son.
though.
When you
And they were
running out.
cheaper.
bits.
The Wise were definitely cheaper. Right next to the New York Deli. Those were the two chips that I went hard
Yeah.
on. But usually, if I could, it would be the Wise onion rings.
Wise onion rings. All right, all right.
I
They
fuck
still
with
make
those.
those, right? You can still still fuck with those to this day.
I
You-
sure do.
You got
Yeah.
some in the crib right now?
I don't. But the most recent time that I was at the store and I ended up buying Funyuns instead.
I was like,
think
bro,
I
you got Funyuns
onion
money
rings
now,
like
dog. You
a
ain't
couple
gotta-
months before or something, and then the most recent time I got Funyuns, and I was like, damn, man, these don't hit like the Wise onion rings do.
Damn.
Just Funyuns.
All right,
There's
so,
a new
they're doing, like,
Funyun.
cross
There's
flavors
like
and shit. I did a
the
Funyun
queso.
flavor.
Did you try the queso Funyuns?
nah.
Oh, bro, y'all don't got the. They're huge over here. Every store is fucking trying to sell you them shits. Those are fucking. Those are fire.
I had
fuck with them.
Funyun flavored wavy Lays.
Ooh, how were those?
They were good.
I like wavy lace. I like the.
I like wavy
flavor.
Lays. I like Funyun flavor.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
I
was
see.
good.
Spicy queso.
Yeah, them spicy queso
Yeah.
Funyuns,
It had,
cut.
there's only 3 flavors. It's the onion regular ones, the flaming hot, and the
Yeah.
spicy queso.
And now this new spicy queso.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I fuck with
I'd
the
fuck-
flaming hot Funyuns.
I don't like flaming hot stuff.
yeah,
I don't know
it's
why.
all right.
Like, I
It's
love
all right.
spicy things. It's not a spice thing. I feel like none of those are good. I don't know. It's just me being weird.
I like
My
the
weird
Takis
eating
'cause
habits.
I like the Takis because it has like that lime flavor to it.
Yeah.
and I think I really fuck with that. But
Good crunch. They're all rolled. They're just so
Yeah.
all fucking crunchy, bro. Like
Yeah.
I
the
think
same
For
crunchy.
me, the lime is too strong on the Takis. That's why I don't do them.
Doritos got a bootleg Taki.
They do, yeah.
they do, yeah, they don't hit. They're
But
not-
they don't hit. They got a
some-
different flavor profile. Anyways,
Okay.
that was mine 4.
Word. That's
So,
what
Hold
do you
on,
got? What were your
I had-
honorable mentions, Don?
My
You had
honorable
some-
yeah.
mentions for me, because this was a tough list for me. Lifesavers holes
Okay.
were
yeah.
my shit. I used to love those as a kid.
Lifesavers.
Holes.
There were the little container of just like small
never-
lifesaver bites.
Yeah. Supposed to be the
That were
center
supposed
of
to
the
be the
lifesavers,
center. Yeah.
like the donut holes.
They were chewy or hard?
No,
No,
they
they
were
were
still
hard.
hard. But you could bite them easier because they were
Yeah.
literally like really small. They were the holes of the lifesavers.
They don't make that shit no more?
Nah,
sounds dope.
Nah.
What about
they
the
were good.
gummy lifesavers? That reminded me
I'll
of
fuck
the
with
gummy,
those.
the gummy
Yeah.
lifesavers.
Those are good.
I still
Those
get
are good.
those.
I was gonna say they still make those, right?
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
make those.
Damn, I should get some of them. I don't eat candy a lot. I should eat more candy.
Oh, you should. It's great for
You
your
should.
teeth.
I mean, you
Highly
got to kind
recommended
of
by my
snack throughout
dentist.
the day in order to eat the candy because you
I
just
know,
go
that's
all
right.
in on dinner.
You can't
I'll have a
for
candy dinner. I'll spoil my dinner if I have candy. Yes, my mom ingrained that into my head. I think that's why I don't eat candy throughout the day.
Let's see. I
Like the
fucked
only
with,
pothead I know that doesn't do munchies.
Yeah.
But when I do, look the fuck out.
Minute Maid juice bars were my shit growing up too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Those, for those of you who don't remember, they were those frozen treats. You had to cut the top, and then you can squeeze the bottom. They were shaped very oddly, but them shit.
Yes. They had those in school. That was the school joint, son.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, the grape and the fruit punch. The fruit punch was my shit.
Oh my God, those were so good.
Yeah.
They don't make those anymore either. The OG, the high C ecto coolers.
Oh, Ecto Cooler for sure.
Ecto coolers were
That's
great.
just a drink, though.
For sure.
They brought it back in a different form recently, and I can't remember what it was.
Was it at McDonald's?
It was one of those. It was one of those restaurants. They brought it back, but I can't remember why.
Yeah.
It was for the movie, obviously.
For the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last one, it was my shit when it released. It was the Tropical Sprite remix. I used to fuck with those a lot when I was younger.
I never tried that.
I used to love that shit. But this was back in the days when, what the fuck is water, right? Is that shit you clean your body with?
Right.
Yeah. So
The swimming pool stuff?
yeah, the swimming pool stuff, that shit stinks.
That shit's gross.
Drink
Who's
that?
drinking in that shit? Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I remember telling Donald, he looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, oh, yo, they came out with a vitamin water. I'm just going to drink this instead of water. He was like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Just drink your fucking water, dog.
Yeah. Oh, how stupid I was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Why would you do that?
He's like, why would you do that? Just drink water. It's like, no, but
that's great.
this is water with vitamins and it tastes good. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Don't worry.
Anyway, all right, let's get into some news.
You know what it's time for. News
Actually, Wak, you want to lead us off with some updates on the Diddy situation?
Oh, I didn't have too much to do on that, but I know that I saw something.
Just the highlights you called out earlier.
Sure.
In the
So,
pre-show.
yeah, Puff Daddy.
There are
or Diddy.
updates.
Yeah, Diddy, obviously he's been incarcerated, and since then there have just been a few things that have been, released, such as he has been put on suicide watch. Apparently they say that this is not uncommon for high-profile celebrities. They generally put them on suicide watch because obviously, they're in they're in the limelight and they, have a higher tendency to hurt themselves, even though he did not express any, any desires to do so.
Yeah.
He's still on suicide watch.
Protocol.
Yeah. Also, I read something where he, what was it? I can't remember.
He wasn't eating.
Yes.
Because he was afraid that he was going to be poisoned.
He refused to eat for fear that he will be poisoned, or he's thinking they're gonna Epstein him. And I mean, given everything and how much
kill himself.
Given how much this man has, how much footage he had on some very high people, very important people.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't blame him. Allegedly. Yeah. Yes, allegedly. Very good.
Actually, I failed to share this last week, so this is a mini update here. But within 24 hours of Diddy's arrest, I haven't vetted this list, never bothered to look into it. So fingers crossed this isn't fake news, but I feel like I've seen this other places. Within 24 hours of his arrest, this is a list of people that have resigned from their jobs.
Yes, there have been.
So there was music executive Kevin Liles, Eric Pryor, president of Fine Arts, Jonathan Holloway, a president at Rutgers, Robert B. Davis, the general manager of Martha's Vineyard. I don't know what that means because that's a whole
Interesting.
How could
It's like
you be the general
a
manager
town,
of an
isn't
island?
it?
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
that
it's
doesn't
like
make
a
sense.
village.
Chris Cameron, who's a lacrosse coach, Kathy Newsham, this mayor of Bay City, LaMonica McIver, Newark councilman, Allison Green, Tish Dean. I see, are all of these people connected to Diddy? Because it just seems like a lot of random people that just happened to resign that same day.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's like this one, Joseph Kirshner, doctor. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, is it like a special doctor? Like,
Like-
where did they find out that this dude resigned? I don't know. Mike
like
Foster,
the ones
president
like
of Nexium
Kevin
Travel.
Lyles.
Susie Williams was an executive director. Romaine Mazzari's a CEO. So basically, a lot of people, again, assuming that this is not fake news,
Right.
a lot of people resigned from their jobs, and many more, I'm sure, followed based off of what you just said, right? How many people could possibly be caught up alongside? Because they remember the challenges, the allegations, rather, he was the leader of a conspiracy like this. He's got racketeering charges.
Yeah.
So that's indicative of a network
Yeah.
that he led, which means there will be many others.
Yeah, racketeering, sex trafficking, like all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
Still don't know what the arson's about, but I'm very interested to find that one out.
the arson was something that had to do with him beefing with Kid Cudi. I forgot exactly what happened. Something Kid Cudi, I think, was fucking with somebody that fucked with Diddy.
Why would the feds go after him though?
I mean, if it's something that happened.
I know, but I'm sure he's also like jaywalked 100 times. Like, it just seems like unless he caused like
right here.
hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, to just tack that on to all these other things. If it's not, I could feel like everything it's got to be something that's related to, like he caused arson to a building where they held women and destroying evidence or something like that.
No.
Caused a fire and destroyed evidence. That would be weird just to throw in arson. I'm not saying that that's not true, but I still find it weird for the federal prosecutors to go after
there's an
him for
article
something
from last
completely
year,
unrelated.
and I forgot about this, but I remember when it popped up. So Cassie had came out with her allegations and said, she said a few things, and then Kid Cudi confirmed that everything that she said was true. So apparently, Diddy had allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Oh.
And that was a part of Cassie's whole thing. And then he came out and he was like, yeah, that's actually true. It says right here, according to the Huffington Post, in the lawsuit that Cassandra Ventura, a.k.a. Cassie, filed, she stated that Diddy purportedly threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car, and shortly after that, his car allegedly exploded in the driveway of his residence. And this took place in 2012.
Why would they beef him? I thought he had beef with Kanye. I didn't even know Kid Cudi fucked with Puff.
She was seeing Kid Cudi at the time.
Oh.
In one of her accusations, she claimed that Diddy allegedly blew up the car of an artist that she was seeing at the time. And then Kid Cudi confirmed that her version of the events were true. So.
What a bird.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anything else happened?
And then I don't know all of the details, but I did see that there was a young lady who filed a lawsuit against Diddy earlier today, claiming that he brutally raped her back in like 2001, 2002, and filmed it. So she's looking and filmed it. So she's looking for compensation on all of that. Yeah.
I'm guessing not in New York, right? Because there was like a window where you could file lawsuit or file a lawsuit against your accuser. That's when the whole the thing for Trump happened. That window closed though. But for people that committed sexual allegations that are beyond the timeline,
statute of limitations.
Yeah, there was an opening. If you have one of these cases, you've got 4 years to put your shit together before we'll stop accepting them.
Yeah,
I'm surprised she didn't come. I mean, people are embarrassed. I get it.
Right.
Yeah. Things happen. You don't want it to come to light, especially how powerful Diddy was, and now that his empire seems to be crumbling, his power over anyone
is weakened.
Yeah,
is weakened. Yeah. So and this is why they denied him bail when he got arrested, was because he would essentially call people and could have.
He was doing witness
sort of
intimidation. He called the girl from Dirty Money. So the one girl from Dirty Money, which were both members of Danity Kane, she sued
she
him.
couldn't stand him though.
She did the allegations against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Earlier this year, and then he called her partner 48 times.
Yep.
Until she made a statement and then never called her again. So they were like, well, you obviously were calling her to force her to make this statement saying that all of those allegations were untrue and that she never saw any of that. And then you never called her again. So you can't claim that's just my friend. We talk all the time. I was just calling her to see what was up because I couldn't get a hold of her.
Told her to do some shit and then she did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So back to the one that we were talking about. It was in New York City. So it says another woman sued. This is according to AP News, alleging that the music mogul and his head of security raped her and recorded it on video at his recording studio in New York back in 2001.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so
that sucks. Hope not true.
Yeah.
For her sake. Not for his sake. For her sake.
Yeah, for her sake. So, more problems are more money, more problems, right? So, yeah.
That's what Biggie said.
That's what Biggie said. But anyway, yeah, that's the current update on what's
Diddy?
going on with Diddy.
And just to keep the update thing going on the attempted assassin of Donald Trumpito, dude, apparently, we mentioned before he was there for at least 12 hours, wrote a whole manifesto and let's just call it a manifesto. It was like a confession if I don't make it or if I don't succeed, where he basically said this isn't he gave himself up. He says, I am attempting to assassinate Donald Trump, and if I don't succeed, I'm sorry I failed you, but I'm giving it my best, or something along those lines. And then randomly, I don't know, I came across this earlier today, that his son was arrested for child pornography because they were going through all of his laptops and shit, and they ended up finding a device that belonged to his son, and on that Galaxy Note there was child pornography inside.
That's wild.
Great family.
Yeah.
I
mean, good thing he was on an Android and not an iPhone. I could actually find that out.
They would have never got it.
Not funny, guys.
It's not funny.
I heard that in the manifesto, he offered $150,000 bounty to someone who could complete the job for him.
If
he couldn't get it done.
150 grand to the next guy who can.
I was like, is this cash or what are we talking here?
Yeah. How is this gonna happen?
Yeah, where's he gonna get 150 grand?
Where is this exchange gonna happen? Even if he had it,
Right.
where is this going to happen?
Exactly.
Come to the county
It's like
jail.
what do they call that? A
Come
dead
pick
man
it up.
switch.
Yeah.
Come pick it up. Federal jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. A lot of drama on Mr. Beast lately. Y'all heard about any of this?
Yeah, I heard some ramblings. I know that there was one of his partners, the people that were on the show very early on. I know there was a lot of stuff where he transitioned into a woman.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of controversy when it came to that. He stood by her during this, and then she came out and had was it child porn as well or something, or was trying to connect with a minor?
The story came out that there was some grooming stuff on that one, where they had conversations with a fan, who the fan says, who the fan is now 21, 22 years old, and they're like, yo, listen, this person, I can't remember what their name is now. I want to say beforehand it was Chris, and they were like, they never did any. Yes, there was inappropriate jokes that were said and statements and things that we did back and forth. And sure, if you want to be of the mindset that a 20-year-old shouldn't be saying shit like that to a 14-year-old, fine. But did he groom me, as in he was trying to do sexual stuff with me or whatever? It's none of that ever happened. But people still harp on that. More things came out after that. I don't remember the specifics, where it ended up Mr. Beast finally stopped defending him and was like, yeah, actually, I think he's going to have to separate from, or she's going to have to separate from the company.
I don't know what you have to bring up, but I know that was the beginning of the issue.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones where it was people were really getting, because he was continued to defend this person.
Sure, yeah.
And was sticking by them, like you said. Then this week, more controversy, where there's a group of people. So I believe we talked about how he signed that huge deal with Amazon to do the Beast games. The Beast games still haven't aired, and the people that participated in Beast games are claiming that it was a fucking shit show, that they were denied all kinds of things. They weren't allowed to drink water. People were denied their medications. People had seizures. It was just a really bad thing.
Shit show.
And I think 6 or 9 people are suing already. The show hasn't even aired yet. Not looking really good.
Was it this one? I could be mixing this up with a different story, but was it the same story where the winners have not even been paid yet? Or some shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same competition, but same competition, but different allegations. But yeah, the winners haven't been paid. There was also another allegation of somebody who used to be on his team before he did the the Squid Game remake. He had another competition that was stay in this bunker for 96 hours or whatever and win $100,000 or some shit. It was one of those that he would do for a while.
Sure.
And the person that did it, this skit never aired because the person wasn't able to make it through, because they would never turn the lights off. And he had to, he was he was in an underground bunker or whatever. They kept the lights on for 2 weeks or whatever, and dude was going crazy. He kept asking for stuff. They wouldn't hook him up, and he ended up having to leave early, and then he didn't get paid either. And then I guess Mr. Beast offered to pay him now, and the dude was it's not even that's besides the point. So just more drama, more controversy headed towards Mr. Beast. There was an article that came out in a magazine that did the profile on him, and they were talking about how ridiculously overly strict he is, and then like the rules that there was like a rule book or something that they gave to I think the interns or whatever, and there was something in there about like his team where it was just like, just let the boys be boys, like don't like correct them if they start doing like stupid shit, because that's all good content. So that kind of went against him. And then most recently, there's controversy around one of his products. So he partnered up with Logan Paul and KSI, who are known for the Prime. I mean, they're known for many other things, but as far as products, they're Prime drinks huge in Prime Energy, Prime Hydration. And you know, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars off of this shit. And he has Feastables, which is like a little snack bar. And so they partnered together to create what they were trying to consider a more nutritional alternative to Lunchables that they called Lunchly. Which included a Prime drink, a Feastables snack, and then like you know, crackers and turkey or whatever. And they were claiming that this is healthier than Lunchables until people started looking at the nutrition facts and were like, I mean, yes, but it's still not nutritious. Like, why would you advertise this to kids? Like, this is not, like, if anything, this is a thing you get like once a month as a kid,
like a treat.
And they were trying to advertise it as, you know,
a daily solution,
a daily lunch alternative, because they get more electrolytes from the Prime hydration. Kids don't need more electrolytes. They have plenty.
You know what's something that's strange that I've been noticing lately, right? And it's not taking this away from, you know, from the people who are suing these individuals, but I've noticed that while you can be famous on YouTube, anyone that blows up and they are famous off of this stuff, right? So whether it's TikTok, YouTube, any kind of social media platform, right? They always say like, yo, you can be famous easy, blah, blah, blah. We see all these people like the Pauls and Mr. Beast. I'm noticing that once you get to a certain level of fame, your audience turns against you, and then they start to pick away at all of the shit to bring you down, because now they know the numbers, right? They can see how many millions of viewers and followers that you have, and they start to now the voices become louder on the people that are talking, you know, negatively about you. I'm not necessarily Mr. B, but I'm just saying, because I've seen it with like fucking Keith Lee on TikTok. And he does food reviews and seems like a real humble guy, right? He was a cage fighter. He was not UFC, but he was a, you know, bare knuckle or whatever. He was pretty much a mixed martial arts fighter. And started doing these reviews. Everyone loved how honest he was in these reviews. And now that he like got to a point where he was like doing BET awards, like they're noticing. I haven't noticed anything different that this man has done. And now everyone, like, it's like the audience totally flipped, and they're wanting to bring him down off of the fucking pedestal that they put him on. Even though he's not doing anything wrong, they're just more likely to turn on him. And I'm noticing this with all of those influencer type folks.
I mean, I think it's the bigger you get, the more haters you get, right? And
could be.
They're not doing enough to create you know, fans that will go beyond the hate, right? So, you know, like
take a page from Taylor Swift.
I was just gonna say, like Taylor Swift, right? She gets accused of shit all the time, but her fans may like just ignore it because they're so diehard for her.
Or they go, or they go so fucking hard for her that people just are reluctant to say anything fucking bad.
That too. Yeah,
because you're going to have
a
a million fucking teenage girls that are just down your throat, bro.
Yeah, you don't want the wrath of the Beehive or the Swifties. So you just stop saying stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think that kind of comes with the territory is how you manage it. And how you're able to succeed above and beyond that. But kind of on that front, almost the same thing. For the first time, y'all familiar with MKBHD, the YouTube tech reviewer? Marquez Brownlee.
Oh, yes.
He's a pretty popular YouTube tech reviewer. Always, most people have looked at him positively.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him. Yeah.
He's recently been not accused, but kind of they claimed where he brought down Fisker, the car company, because he posted a video that said this is the worst EV I've ever driven. And then he did it again to like another car company, and it caused their stock to crash.
Oh shit.
Well, this week he posted his iPhone 16 Pro review, and in that video he mentioned that he was dropping a new app, and he was like, "Hey, y'all are always looking at my videos, and you see these dope ass wallpapers I got on my phones and on my laptops. So now you're gonna be able to access them. You're always asking me where can I get those wallpapers. Well, now you can, and I got a new app called Panels that I partnered with this art company or whatever, and you're gonna be able to get all access to all my wallpapers, and we're gonna do more things in the future. But for now, you get access to the wallpapers." Well, when people fucking got the wallpaper app, the wallpapers were only available in SD, and if you wanted the HD version, you had to sign up for Pro, and the Pro was $50 a year, and everybody's like, $50 a year for a fucking wallpaper app?
Right.
In the age of AI and the internet?
Right.
Like, why would I pay $12 a month when I could get Spotify or Netflix? You want me to pay $12 a month for, bro, they had literally somebody, I didn't download the app, so I don't know if this is true, but somebody posted on YouTube that there was a wallpaper called Orange, and it was nothing but flat orange. It was no art. It was just
Google
orange.
See, but no, I mean, and it's not $12 a month. It would break it down to $4 a month.
No, if you do the $50 a year, it breaks down to $4 a month. But if you do the monthly, it's $10.99, I think, or $11.99 a month.
That's
they get you like PlayStation fucking Plus, bro.
Nah, see, I see that's where motherfuckers get greedy, man. Because if he would have done $4.99, people would have, they would have probably pissed and moaned and been like, you know what, like I'm good, like I can do that.
You'll rake.
Oh
right,
yeah,
$2.99 you'll rake. But see, motherfuckers like him who have a big ass audience get greedy and just want to get as much as possible.
That's the accusation is. I tried. I feel like for as many years as I've watched him, I feel like he is a genuinely good guy, and maybe he was trying to like compensate because they split the money with the artist, so he was maybe trying to compensate the artist while still making money and trying to do like, oh, art deserves to get paid more than they currently do. But I think like you're all both saying if they would have dropped the price, they would have eaten more because more people would have easily signed up and let that subscription rock, The other controversy too is that the app collects mad amounts of data. Like no reason that a wallpaper app needs location access, but it does. And so there was a whole bunch of shit about all the privacy. Apple has those nutrition labels And I think Google has them too, where it'll tell you all the things that an app is tracking on you. And so everybody's seeing that and screenshotting and be like, what the fuck is up with this? And the other thing is he always would say, in all of his reviews, he always would mention, like, don't buy a product based on what the company promises you is coming in the future. And even says that in the in that review, because, you know, the iPhone is mostly based on Apple Intelligence, and Apple Intelligence isn't even out yet. And so he even mentions that in that review, but in his own app, he's telling you that it's only a wallpaper app now, but we're going to do so much more later, so you should pay $50 a year for it.
What
and people are like, bro, that is like the opposite of what you've been saying for years. And I think he's a big fucking miss on this one.
Yeah, cocky.
Yeah. And see, and what's crazy is that it's that little move right there, right? He decided to do this. He partnered with somebody, probably had very good intentions, but the fact that this was a flop causes for now all negative eyes are on you.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if now you see a drop in subscribers and
I'm going to follow him now just to hate. I'm going to buy that app, and I'm going to drop all those wallpapers for free for someone just scoop up in a forum, bro. Like, you want them? Come grab them. Fuck him.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, and the last story I got, unless y'all got something more on this.
Nah.
Yeah, last story I got a little bit more on the political front, but actually I got one more mini story after that. But y'all heard about this dude that's running for governor in North Carolina, Mark Robinson?
I have.
The shit he got caught up in this weekend?
Yep.
No.
So this dude is running for governor in North Carolina, Mark Robinson. I think it's important to mention that he is an African-American man. Because it's pretty important to the story. He's a Republican candidate, by the way.
Okay.
Currently the lieutenant governor. He's you know, very, very, very far right. Like, he's super Trumpster, but he's made public statements in the past 2 years that make people question, like, how is this dude the leading Republican candidate for governor in North Carolina? Like, he's made comments about, like, you know, we need to go back to when women didn't have the right to vote and shit like that. Like, very, very public, right? But he's also, like, super anti-trans. He's, you know, just the typical ultra MAGA red hat movement comments that you would see. Well, over the weekend, CNN published an article where they were able to, I don't know how the fuck, somebody must have put them on, because how would they even? They found this dude back in 2010 was posting comments on a porn site. I don't, the news keeps on calling it a porn site. I think it's a forum for porn. Not that it's like the comment section on Pornhub, like underneath videos, but I think it was like a forum called Nude Africa.
Okay.
And they vetted this dude. They vetted out that it's really him, including the fact that the motherfucker posted his picture at one point. He had in his profile, he used the same exact profile name, the username, which is like Mini Soldier or something. He used it across social media. So verified social media accounts that we know he has, it's the same one. And it's not like somebody could go back in time to 2010 and make this, you know, nobody was plotting on this dude 14 years ago from the Democratic Party, right? So it's got to be the same birthday, same, like, there was some shit about, oh, man, I'm trying to remember. There was some, like, real, like, far out there thing that it just so had. I think it was, like, that's what it was. His favorite episode of Twilight Zone he posted on this forum what his favorite episode of Twilight Zone, and he's publicly said it since he's been running for office, and he's currently in office. So people know that this has got to be the same dude, right? And so it came out that in this in these posts, he wrote some wild ass shit, including things like calling himself a black Nazi. Saying things like slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I would buy a couple myself.
Jesus Christ.
Bro.
He also said he enjoyed transgender pornography.
Yeah, so that was my favorite part, is being an anti-trans guy. He posts on the thing, I love tranny porn. It takes the man out while keeping the man in.
Oh, jeez.
And also commented on many of those tranny porn posts.
He also said in 2012 he preferred Hitler to Barack Obama.
He preferred Hitler to Obama. He said that Mein Kampf was a good read.
Yep.
Surprised me.
And he said, I mean, he's with Kanye on that one.
True.
That's fair.
And he stated that the late Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was worse than a maggot.
Yes. And mind you, the current front runner for the Republican nominee of the presidential race, Donald J. Trump, has said many times that he's an ultra Martin Luther King. He's Martin Luther King now. He's better than Martin Luther King. He's the best Martin Luther. And this fool said Martin Luther King was a maggot.
Mm-hmm. Is he getting blowback from this? Like, has he been sanctioned, or what's happening?
He hasn't been sanctioned. Of course, the two people running for on the Republican ticket for president, Trump and Vance, haven't made any like real negative public statements. I think Trump was like he was in North Carolina this weekend, and they asked him not to show up, but Trump still is supporting him. He hasn't pulled his endorsement of him for governor. Sure. J.D. Vance, when he was asked about him, said something stupid like, I don't not believe him, but I don't believe him. Which, what?
Yeah.
He said it was,
these people are just afraid of fucking taking a stance so that they don't piss people off.
Especially if he's the biggest pussy.
And then most of his campaign staff has resigned except for 3 people.
Oh, nice.
J.D. Vance said in North Carolina, said it was up to North Carolina's voters to decide what they think of Robinson's messages and whether they believe Robinson's defense.
Yes.
So he pretty much just said,
which is
I don't
true,
know, but it's up to them.
I mean, that's like the most non-answer answer. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's up to them. It's like the most non-committal shit, bro. Like, just take a stance. Why you can't take a stance against this? I don't understand why it's so hard for these motherfuckers to say that something is wrong. Like, just say it's wrong.
Yeah, but they'll make shit up on the fly that's wrong, no problem.
It's like the whole thing with the cats and dogs. They still are sticking by this shit.
Yeah. Yep.
They're refusing to give up, even though they know that there's nobody eating cats and dogs.
It's one of the only talking points they have, dog. They're really holding on to this. That and the immigration thing is really their main platform.
That and actually that was promising to me, right? The things that I see being shared about Kamala Harris and stuff are the fact that, she claims she's black when she's actually, Indian or whatever. Like, if that's your talking point, if that's the negative shit that you have, you are reaching for straw. Like, I love the whole code switching shit, right? Like, okay, and the people, mainly the people sharing it. Hell, my fucking brothers shared that shit. right?
my God.
Because my younger brothers, they shared the fucking thing where she was speaking one way in front of one audience and then speaking another. Like, bro. So now it's a problem to code switch. You code switch. Like,
Right.
You talk to your boss like you talk to your homies.
Right. You don't.
Right.
You don't. Right. Depending on the audience that you have, you are going to speak a specific way.
Did you tell your brothers that?
Is this foreign to you?
Did you go in on them?
Nah, man. They're young. They don't really understand. I've tried.
That's when you got to smack them around, dog. When they're young and malleable.
I've tried talking to them about that shit. Sometimes I'm at the point right now with the whole blood pressure and everything stuff going on.
He's like, it ain't even worth it, dog.
Bro, if you wanna sit here and argue with me that the fucking sky is green, dog, that shit is green as a bitch.
The Keanu method.
Yep. Yeah. I'm good. I don't need to argue anymore. Sometimes I'll have like inner turmoil within myself, and I want to say something, and I'm just like, nope, not doing it. I'm good.
Not worth it.
Then I just toss it right out of my mind. I don't need it. I don't need it in my life.
Anyways, yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude got caught out there, busted.
14 years ago.
Last thing that I have kind of leads into Hollywood. It is, and this was just something I found interesting. So it's the 30th anniversary of Friends.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's been that long since Friends.
Since it ended
premiered.
or since it aired?
Since it premiered.
Since it
Since it
premiered.
premiered.
Okay.
And I thought this was interesting. So, they had that huge ass deal, I think in 2018 when Netflix paid HBO $100 million to keep the rights to streaming for 1 year before HBO Max launched.
Damn.
Now known as Max, and soon back to HBO. But because they have the rights to Friends, because it was produced by Warner Media, they got a huge chunk of money to get access for 1 year. But what I found interesting was that up until that time, and I haven't found any data afterwards, but through 2018, all the members of Friends were making, actually, how much do you think they were making in syndication money?
$1 million a month.
Yeah, I know that we're making $1 million an episode back then, which was crazy.
It was only the last season that they had $1 million an episode.
Okay. Well,
Or maybe the last two seasons.
I don't know. How much?
So $1 million a month would be $12 million a year. They were actually making $20 million a year each.
The way that shit aired on TBS alone does not surprise me.
Fucking crazy.
Friends is almost always on, dog. Like, I have YouTube TV, and even when I scroll through that menu, bro, there is not a single time where you cannot find a channel without Friends on it.
That's today, you're saying?
Yeah, today. Yeah,
so
like
they're probably
last night,
still making
100%.
probably
they're
making more
because
of the streaming.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Gotta lock down a good show. Get set.
Fuck yeah.
What about Seinfeld? I wonder what they're pulling in on syndication residuals. Because that shit gets aired all the fucking time, too.
Still, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know he got a huge Netflix deal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he makes bank for sure.
He Gucci.
Let's see. Seinfeld syndication revenue. I don't know if I'll find anything real quick, but
Oh, I'm just saying it's got to be up there.
I mean, a key portion of Seinfeld's fortune comes from the series syndication deals for the sitcom, which netted him $465 million.
So far, like to date.
Yeah.
Okay.
While a Netflix deal for the streaming rights brought an additional $94 million.
Damn.
ChatGPT says because Jerry was a co-owner or co-creator with Larry David, that he's making about $40 to $60 million a year from syndication. And that Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Jason Alexander and Michael Richards don't have nearly the same stake.
But it's still, if it's a fraction of that.
Syndication royalties later in the show's run, but earn much less. Their earnings are estimated to be in the range of $100,000 to a few $100,000 annually.
Oh,
Jesus
damn.
Christ.
Jesus. Oh,
How's
they
he
got
making 40
bro. No wonder they don't
million
fuck
a
with
year, and
him.
they're
No wonder they
only
don't fuck
making,
with
like,
him no more.
less than $1 million a year? That's grimy.
That's grimy, bro. And none of them are really doing. I mean, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she had Veep, and you know, she's still doing her thing.
Good,
but Michael Richards obviously isn't doing shit. Jason Alexander, you really don't see much. And Seinfeld is just so rich, he does whatever the fuck he wants.
I sit in cars with other comedians. What do you mean?
If I were that rich, I would too.
Oh my God. And when he sold the rights, well, he didn't sell them, but he leased the rights to Netflix. That was a $500 million deal. And
I hope they got a decent chunk of that.
His payout was somewhere in the range of 100 to 125.
Must be
nuts.
nice.
Anyways, that's what I had.
Anyway.
No, word.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find anything more, but that's wild. All right. Let's get into Hollywood. All right. Yeah, there's some small things that came out in Hollywood, castings and whatnot, and then we can get into the shit we actually want to talk about. Right. So remember, I think it was like a week or two ago, we were talking about Josh Brolin being offered the part of Hal Jordan in DC's Lantern series on HBO. He had since turned that down, but the part has officially been given to Kyle Chandler. He will be cast as, we remember him mainly from
Mayor of Kingstown.
Mayor of Kingstown, correct.
He was the mayor.
He was, but he got, murked.
Hey.
Whatever, man. That shit, whatever. If you're not watching
Spoiler
it,
alert,
it's on
no. Mayor of Kingstown, dog.
But yeah, Kyle Chandler has officially been given the role of Hal Jordan in that series.
Did he say why he turned it down?
No. I said
Brolin turned it down.
That's what I'm saying. Does it say why Brolin turned it down?
Probably because it was DC.
So I don't believe so.
He was like, "Nah, I'm straight on that. I was Thanos, bitch. You ain't fucking with that." And Cable.
Apparently, Matthew McConaughey was also in the rumor mill for that. But no, I think Kyle Chandler can handle that. Again, he's famous for Mayor of Kingstown. He was in Argo. He was in a number of things.
And this is live action?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Live action HBO series about DC, which, they say because he's like 60 years old, and apparently it's Hal Jordan is the older Green Lantern who is, showing John Stewart the ropes,
right?
Which is the younger Green Lantern. I believe he's black. John Stewart is black. So there's a lot of people wanting to know who is going to be casting this. And the number one fan requested hire there is John David Washington.
I was about to say that just to be a dick, because I always cast John David Washington and everything. Son.
It is. It's one of the folks that they want.
I would say John David Washington's too small to be the Green Lantern. He's short. Also, I would prefer him in the Marvel universe somehow. It should be that dude that was in Rebel Ridge.
Yeah, I've heard that too. There's been a lot of talk of people.
See him as a
I can see that too. I can see that too.
I also like it more that he's relatively unknown.
I do like that. His acting skills were all right. Yeah, I gotta watch Rebel
Have we seen
Ridge.
John David Washington without a beard? Did he shave in anything recently?
Not recently, no.
Yeah.
There's a long list of fan, castings for that. And a lot of them I do fuck with, but we'll see pretty soon who they will be hiring for that role. I look forward to it. Let's see. Zack Snyder came out and confirmed that he is returning to work on the 300 prequel series. Not sure that we need that, but whatever. But John, it's one of his better works for Zack Snyder. So,
sure.
Because
he's really good at just copying a comic book.
Correct. And you know what? Let him have that.
But is the prequel also a comic book, or is it original? I don't know. I'll give him the Vegas one was a good movie.
Yeah, that was good too. I fucked with that. This is more of just a neat fact because I do want to watch this. I need to watch the series again before this drops. But 28 years later, which is the the third movie coming out with Cillian Murphy.
Yep.
And fun fact, 28 years later was shot on an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
What?
Yes.
Yes. With $100,000 worth of attachments, but yes.
Probably, yes. So, yeah, the movie had an estimated $75 million budget. So it is now the biggest movie ever to film with a smartphone.
Nice.
I wonder why. Like, usually people do that to keep budgets down.
Well, I felt like I feel like
they were paid by Apple to do a promotion.
Word.
Possibly that, but also I think it would probably give certain, because I remember the 28 Days Later and all that shit, like having like a gritty look to them, like more of that that street feel, I guess, rather than
give it that early
production.
2000s vibe.
Yeah,
they
something.
filmed it on a phone.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, no. So I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I need to watch.
Can't
the
be
other
too
ones.
crispy.
And then
So it was 28 days, 28 weeks, and then 28 years.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in just why the fuck and what the fuck kind of news, Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ 2 gets a major update. So apparently it's moving forward, and it was I guess it was announced 8 years ago in 2016. Then they provided another update in 2018. And he has confirmed that they are scouting for locations and, like whatever, sure. But
I'm trying to understand what the fuck is a sequel to the death of Jesus.
Boom.
We all are.
That is my question in this. First of all, is Jim Caviezel coming back as Jesus?
Yes.
Right?
I guess.
So
yes, I read that he was.
So with all of the controversy that is surrounding both of these fuckers, it's not going to have the same impact that the original had.
The MAGA
opinion.
will watch it.
MAGA will watch it, but MAGA...
Gina Carano's auditioning for a role as we speak.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the Virgin Mary.
They'll sell as many as whatever that trafficking movie did.
Yeah.
You know, the only way that I would watch this is if it goes just full on, like, ridiculous, where, Jesus comes back and now he's out for vengeance. And
he's like an assassin. He's coming back and just murder. Oh, I would fuck with that. I would fuck with that. Assassin
he has
Jesus.
like the big ass guns and shit. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
It would be.
I feel like they did that on Family Guy. That was like a cutaway gag that they did, or he had like dual AKs under each arm, and he was just going in on like the holy war.
Sure. Oh, that would be amazing.
I would fuck with that.
I'd watch it, even if they were 100% serious.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope they would be. Lean into it.
Yes.
Even
it.
if Jim Caviezel was in it.
Oh,
Done. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the theater, but yeah, I'll stream that shit.
Yep.
Off of Plex.
All right, that's all I had for news in Hollywood, because those are just some small updates.
Yeah.
But I guess we really just wanted to talk about the latest shows that we've been fucking with this week. The latest releases, which were The Penguin, dropped its first episode, and Agatha All Along dropped 2 episodes. So, I mean, I don't know if you want it to be a spoiler alert, but if it is, you've been warned.
Spoiler alert.
You've been warned. If you haven't seen either one of these shows, then I don't know if we're going to spoil anything, but chances are somebody's going to say some shit that you're not going to like if you really care. So we'll catch you next week if that's the case. But which one do you want to start with?
Penguin.
All right, Penguin.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all fucked with this show. It's been the talk of, of all
The
of
nation.
the nation. I don't know. Give me your takes on it. Give me your take. Let's start with you, Dave.
It seemed less like a comic book show and more just sort of like a crime drama.
And I love that.
Yeah,
Love
there
the
was no magic or supernatural elements or anything crazy. It was we joked about how it was being compared to The Sopranos. There was all kinds of memes and whatnot that we saw, but it seemed sort of in that same vein as the Batman movie, where like it was taking itself very seriously, and it does it in a way that I feel like the audience can also take it seriously as just sort of this straight up crime show. Like I watched it with Ash. She is, not really into the DC universe or the really, she barely remembered us watching like the Batman movie. Like she didn't realize until they said like Gotham a couple times in the episode. She's like, oh, is this like Batman? And then like I had to explain again like what we were watching. But that aside, like she's still at the end of the episode, because I told her right off the bat, I was like, if you don't like this, it'll be a me show. It's not something you gotta sit through every week. And she's like, no, I'm into it. Like, and when she forgot that the Penguin was Colin Farrell. And when I told her that was Colin Farrell under all that makeup and prosthetics, she was shook. And like, I found myself forgetting sometimes that was Colin Farrell under there, because, that accent alone that he puts on, that Jersey wise guy kind of New York mashed up accent that he does, for an Irishman, nonetheless, is even more impressive, because if you ever hear Colin Farrell's natural voice, he has like a really, really thick Irish
jarring
accent.
to watch the post-episode breakdown, because he's in it and he is not in makeup and he's just talking naturally, and it's very jarring.
Yep. But yeah, no, I was really happy with it. I liked how it kind of, it ran with the ending of Batman. Like it felt like a continuation of that story. Those elements were there. That whole movie is, affecting what we're seeing in the Penguin. And it was only the first episode, granted. So I don't, I'm not going to go too crazy, but like what I saw, I really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to, this upcoming Sunday to get another peek at it.
Yeah, I too did not tell Joyce what this was at all. So I watched it on my own, and then we talked about it, and I just happened to bring it up to her like, hey, so I'm watching this show, and I don't want to say it's like Sopranos, but it's kind of like that same vibe. It's got that grittiness. It's maybe, I was like, there's no like family story, so you're not going to get that part. It's just going to be just the mobster stuff.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm into it. Let's watch it. So I just put it on. I didn't tell her it had anything to do with comic books until she also heard the Gotham reference, and she was like, "Wait a minute, is this from Batman?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's babe. Remember we seen the Batman movie recently?" She was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Okay. And then she just kept rocking with it. She ended up passing out halfway just because it was later at night. But she was like, "No, I fuck with this. Like, we need to finish this episode."
Nice. So you watched it like 2.5 times?
Yeah, because I finished it, and then I watched it again and finished it with her.
All right.
So yeah, it's great. And then like everything that I watch on HBO, it's the first pre-roll that they put is the teaser for the Penguin. So I've heard this Penguin like opening so many times, and he's so fucking good every time. I'm still like, geez, this is gonna be really good. It didn't end with like some sort of, oh shit, I gotta watch the next episode. Like there was no like hard cliffhanger or hard like break over to the next episode.
Feel.
It gave you like an overall vibe. It's like, all right, we're in for another 6 or 7 episodes of some wild shit.
Yeah.
Which gives me like, it's not it's not kitschy. It's not
kitschy,
trying to like, jump into anything or
trick you into coming back.
Yeah. Like, it's just, this is a fucking gangster story. And
Matt Reeves
it's
came
like
out,
an Andor of the Batman universe.
Yeah, I like that.
Matt Reeves came out and said that when they were writing this, they wanted it to be exactly that. They said you don't have to watch the Batman to jump into the Penguin, and vice versa. You don't have to really watch the Penguin or whatever, but it just gives it just gives a little more context into it if you do, or a better overall experience if you do. But you don't necessarily have to do that. And confirmed that that Batman will not be a part of this series at all. And that was a decision that they made because they wanted this to be Oz Cobb's story. They wanted the focus to be on his rise. They wanted it to be on, everything that he's doing, because obviously he's the Penguin, so he becomes a kingpin eventually, and they want all of the focus to be on this character. So no, there will not be a bat. He said maybe we don't know if down the road it might be like necessary in order to do that, but as for this season, no.
Yeah.
So also seeing that post show breakdown. Don't think I ever saw Matt Reeves before, and didn't come across as the guy that I would have expected him to be based on these 2 flicks. I was like, whoa, this dude looks like real proper. He was wearing like a blazer, and he was just like real like, I don't know. I was just like, yo, this dude is a straight guy. Doesn't match this like.
No,
he kind of looks like Commissioner Gordon.
Like who?
He kind of looks like Commissioner Gordon. I'm seeing photos of him with the Commissioner Gordon mustache, and he just gives me Commissioner Gordon vibes.
I could see that.
Yeah. So.
But anyways, yeah.
Expect a James Gunn type.
James Gunn type, or
quirky.
Taylor Sheridan type, like just a more like rougher type dude, I guess. Maybe even like who we were just talking about, Zack.
Yeah,
Zack Snyder, like tatted up,
Yeah.
a little bit more edgy.
Yeah.
And he's just not. He doesn't look like an edgy dude at all for what he's putting out there. And then like the showrunner is not to take anything away from her, but also a pretty straight-laced woman, looks like. And it's just like these are the people that created and are writing this show.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, yeah, let them keep doing their thing.
More power to them, because they're fucking killing it.
Yep.
No, I love it. Yeah, I forget that he was.
Again, don't
part
judge a
of-
book by its cover, because these people wouldn't give him opportunities if he did.
Right.
I completely
Good call.
forgot that he was part of the Cloverfield. Like he directed Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And obviously Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes.
Right. I fuck with
So
those.
he's good.
he has some amazing shit under his belt.
He's got some credits
does.
there, dog.
Word.
He nice.
Yeah. He didn't do the first Planet of the Apes. But anyway, yeah, no, he's nice with it. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the show.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. The details are crazy. Fucking his leg, the way that shit looked all fucking crumpled up and everything.
I knew
and
when we
that-
saw
that
his
causes-
toes, I was like, yo, Walk's bugging right now watching this.
But it just gave that. I think you mentioned that limp was perfect.
The limp is
Gives him the
awesome.
penguin
That
waddle, bro.
yeah.
Oh, dude, it
And
was
it,
so
again,
great,
grounds
dude.
it in reality. Like, it
Yeah.
feels real. Why they
Right.
would, like, who wouldn't call that dude the
Yeah.
penguin? Look at this fucking
Facts.
penguin walking ass dude.
It's not over the top like Danny DeVito, where it's like, okay,
Right.
you're eating fish, bro. We get it.
Yeah.
You're a weird
Yes,
penguin guy.
flippers
Like,
for-
yeah.
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 Exactly. Yeah. Ugh. I remember that like kind of
That's freaking
scaring
out.
me a little when I was a kid. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it used to gross me out when he was just eating the raw fish. Just like,
That's how I be in the
what the
pussy,
fuck?
son. Rah, 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 rah.
good segue. What did y'all think of
Into
Agatha? All Along?
Agatha,
In the raw pussy.
when we started Agatha, like I got asked to watch it. I think we watched it like right after Penguin too. I
damn.
kind of prefaced it as, you know, like, oh, you remember Agatha from Wanda? And she's just like, yeah, I know. And she had no fucking idea what I was talking about. And then the episode starts and I'm like, this is like an over the top Law and Order episode. It was like super cheesy, but it felt off. I was like, there's
Yeah.
something going on here.
I love
and she's
that.
like, yeah. She's like, no, you're right. This isn't real life. Like something's up, dude. And then, you know, you get introduced to Aubrey Plaza, who, aside from being a smoke show, is just fucking spectacular on this show. Like her, you know, just like her demeanor and her acting chops. Like she really, really brings it. And then you see kind of what the show is starting to become through the first episode and into the second, and you're just like, oh fuck, like this is legit. Like, you know, this is not what I was expecting, because I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be this kind of
Same.
quirky singing, I'm a witch type of in your face show, but it's, I don't know, it's just a totally different vibe. I think it threw me off at first, but then as it sort of unfolded, I was like, oh fuck, like I see what they're doing here. Like this is tight. This is different. I'm into this.
Yeah, I need to. Every time I you know, they Marvel has a show coming out where it's just like, what? Why do we need that? Like, we don't. Why are we having an expose on this one throwaway character from the, and it always ends up fucking. Like, I think I had the same thought process for Echo, and the show was good.
Yeah.
But now I believe this is the first show that was completely like rewritten, redone since Bob Iger made the changes at Disney, and this is the very first one that is releasing, you know, under that umbrella of the quality over quantity, and it's showing. Even the people that are haters, you know, you're not seeing the haters as much. You're seeing more people like, yo, I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. Like, I can't wait to see the next one, which it drops tomorrow. We're recording on Tuesday, so it drops on Wednesday. So got another episode to watch tomorrow. So no, I'm really, really enjoying it. I had my doubts. Shouldn't have, because Catherine Hahn, she's amazing.
Love her.
She brought
Love
it
her.
too.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
She could
bad
work a
that I
little
can
on her
say about it
ass.
so much.
It was a little flat in that shot, but
Yeah.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't
Nah.
mad. I wasn't mad.
Did you did notice that not only just that, but there's just a little bit more edginess to it?
A little bit,
there-
yeah.
Like with certain things that they were saying, and I forgot the exact.
There was something in
dialogue.
particular that I heard that I was like, oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
was like,
okay,
oh,
that's how
wait,
we're
that's,
getting down. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay, like a little bit of that Deadpool,
Sexual innuendo of some sort, I want to say.
maybe
Something
maybe.
like that, yeah.
I can't remember what it is either. But I remember hearing that and thinking like, oh, okay, a little bit of that Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know,
I have
leniency
to rewatch
is starting
and call
to
it
come out. But I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Even badass action when like her and Aubrey Plaza were kind of tussling a little bit there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this is
a
going
little-
down. These broads aren't playing.
A little bit of the sexual tension between the two.
I was fucking
I'd
with
pay
that
for
too.
that.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm there for that. I'm down.
Y'all seen the new Rockstars breakdown?
No,
I gotta watch that
need
on
to,
lunch
yeah.
tomorrow when I'm in the whip, not eating.
I started it. It's a long one, so yeah, that's your full lunch break. 'Cause
How
it's
long?
like
How long?
45.
Damn, it's that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
good.
like 45, 49 minutes.
Because it's
I
covering
hate
both
having to search
episodes.
for
so.
shit. I started it, and there's a couple things that they called out that I remember that were interesting. There were more than one reference to Scarlet Witch possibly being alive. And there was like the body in the beginning when she's doing the Mayor of Easttown type character.
Yeah.
They never show the face, right?
Right.
They kind of allude to maybe it's being Wanda. The what's his name? Eric
that was
Voss
the impression that I got.
He's got a theory on it, what it actually is.
Eric, you need to calm down
represented.
on your theories, okay?
It's
You
not a
fucked us
bad
up.
one. It's
I'm
not
sure.
Mephisto, but yeah. I feel you. Even though he's brought up Mephisto like 3 times in that half of it, the thing that I saw.
I bet.
But yeah, the fact that they mentioned that something heavy fell on her. They're like, oh, I don't. She didn't die here. Something big and heavy fell on her. There's like, remember the temple fell down on her.
Yeah.
And then there was another thing that when the dude said to her, or I think she said to the other detective, she was like, she's dead, right? And then the dude was like, no, yeah, she's definitely most sincerely dead. And then she was like, well, you never know. And it was like, oh shit, what are they teasing us, or is there really something there? I don't know. They could just be playing with us because they know people like Eric Voss like to fucking build up these theories. But there could be something there. I don't know. It got me interested. He also has a theory on who the kid is, which I won't spoil or say.
I already have some information on that, but
yeah, overall, I fucked with it. It totally different level of fucking with it than the Penguin.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
this is
different
more
kind of
just-
fucking
for sure.
with. Yeah.
This is entertaining. It's cool. There's never been like a comic book run of Agatha Harkness like on her own. Like she doesn't
Right.
have any single stories. So this is all original creation.
Yeah.
It's still Jack Schaefer, which she did a great job on WandaVision. So why wouldn't she fuck with this also, or
Right.
kill this also?
I'm getting those vibes
Yeah.
heavy on this.
I did love
yeah.
at the beginning how in that first episode they used like a True Detective style opening,
Yeah.
and they used like the character names from the show as
Yeah.
as the actor names, and at the end it said something like based on the Scandinavian show WandaVision or something like that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I didn't notice
and
that.
so apparently that was like a callback to, I can't remember if it was. I think it was a callback to True Detective, being the first season of True Detective being based on a Norwegian show called The Killing, but it had like a Norwegian name that was like Division or something like that. So it was like another deep callback. There's a lot of interesting callbacks on there that only New Rockstars picks up on.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, I have to watch that then.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I'm definitely gonna peep it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Surprised it didn't pop up.
I mean, both shows definitely highly recommend. That's I mean, I ain't got.
If you're gonna
nothing else
catch
to say.
one, catch the Penguin. If your time's limited,
Yes,
for sure.
you can circle back at some point and watch Agatha.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Penguin is
The other thing that I
the
think I
highlight.
liked and maybe helped Agatha was the fact that there were only 34 minutes episodes.
Oh, that's
very
Short,
very
quick
brief.
bites.
Yep.
It makes me enjoy it more.
Yeah.
and want more out of it. I don't know if it's the same for some of the other Marvel shows or if they were longer, but yeah,
They varied from a half
I
hour to
definitely
an
fuck with
hour.
that.
Sweet. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm good with all of that.
Word.
I'm tired, guys. I'm over here
Yeah,
fucking.
no. You making me yawn and shit.
I
son.
know. It's happening.
That's late
It's
as fuck.
happening.
Yeah, facts.
No. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, watch The Penguin for sure. If you're into the Marvel stuff, give Agatha a try. Definitely recommend that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. You made it this far. You really fuck with us, so we fuck with you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. Or thank you for subscribing to the podcast, wherever it is that you are listening, watching. If you want a little bit of banter ahead of every single episode, you can subscribe for our the Raw episodes. What's it called again, Johnny?
Casual Nerds.
The Casual Nerds.
Casual.
I always forget what it's called. But it's $1. Sign up for it. I think we talked for like a good, at least a half an hour extra on before this episode started. So we do that pretty often. Also, remember to go to insensitivemerch.com. Grab yourself some gear. Stay drippy with Drippy. Rep your favorite pod out in the streets. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you next week. We love you. Peace.
Peace.